What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
Not
another damn
another damn
podcast
podcast
presented by our
by
damn.
damn selves.
So it's 415, 415.
Yes.
Yes, what we doing? Yeah. And as this runs back, yeah, we are officially in the month of June. Yeah. Summertime shy is I still don't really feel like it yet, but it's inching its way
It's
towards it.
coming this week.
Inching its way towards it. It's inching there.
Because we about to be where? Outside.
Yeah.
We gonna be outside this summer.
Catch me outside like Bad Baby. How about that? Yeah.
I'm trying to be outside for real.
Catch me outside. How about that?
hmm
Yeah, but month of June, yeah. So you get to that halfway point, yeah. From 2025 goals, like, yeah, you ain't started. What the hell are you waiting for? It's like,
And then in the fiscal sense, the fiscal year ends on
yeah,
June
that's what I'm saying. You
30th.
get into that point, yeah. July
Fiscal
1st
year
is
about to
like, yeah,
end.
if you ain't started, like, what are you waiting for? It's like, yeah.
Because now they're starting to put together, like people, like corporations are putting together their budgets anticipating for 2026 now. So it's like yeah, shit's getting real.
Getting real in this bitch.
I mean, June is a great, I mean, not just it's my birthday in June, but June is a great month though, because it's a lot that happens. Because you got summer, you got, like I
Gem
said,
Gemini season, so there's a lot of crazy shit that's happening these.
I love my Geminis.
Gemini season.
I have several Geminis that I love. So,
That was Gemini, yes.
yeah, Marcus is a Gemini.
Uh,
To me, he was a Gemini. So, I mean, I have my Geminis I love. But, like I say, you got like summer's coming. You got the end of the school year coming. You got your, like you say, your halfway point, so you can kind of earmark yourself. Because even if you aren't necessarily on your track that you anticipated in January, you can still hot foot it and get a lot of shit done before December.
yeah,
You can
it's still time to get
turn around.
maybe.
Don't let it discourage you. Don't I know summer's coming, so don't let it discourage you saying that beach bodies are made in the winter, because that's always a phrase that they say. But I mean, you can still get in the gym and,
Get
get
your
some
body
gains
right, yeah.
in. You can still get that done.
Or do the crazy ass insanity fucking workout shit. Yeah.
But the thing is, you just have to start. That's the trick. Taking the step is the biggest. That's the hardest part, taking that first step. Because then once you take the first step, then you're like, oh, okay, this isn't so bad. But
Mhm.
as we embark on our new month and everything, we just closed out with May, and the other day we had our family prom for my kids' school. So
Okay, okay.
yes, and it was nice. It was like we did one last year. That was our first one we did last year, and then the principal wanted to run it back. So it was good times. We had the DJ was cracking. We took over the dance floor a little more this year as the parents, because last year them kids took over the dance floor. We were like, and the kids were just kind of like, you know, they were making it be about them, but we're like, okay, we need to get in some fun too as the parents. So
Yeah, the old people gotta take over a little bit.
when the DJ started playing all the slides, we was ready. All the line dancing. We was ready. Of course.
You know how
And
it
then
is.
when he put on boots on the ground, Ariana ran, Mommy. I was like, yep, we ran. We grabbed our fans because we brought our fans. And we went. Marcus gave the same reaction because we've been practicing for like
Yeah, I'm with Marcus. I'll be glad when the fan craze wears out his head.
Marcus like rolled his eyes. I was like, "You're not going to take our joy away from us."
When it just becomes another song, I'll be glad when the fan shit goes away.
Because me and baby girl,
Fan shit has already gotten hold of me.
because Ari was ready. Ari was like, "Mommy," I said, "Okay, we ready, baby, we ready."
Fan
At
shit.
the end, they did where they had the father-daughter dance, so that was nice.
If this world were mine. Oh,
They did do Luther Dance with My Father again. They did
okay.
that.
I knew it was gonna be a Luther record. I was hoping.
Yeah. And then they did a song for Mama for the Mama
My
son dance.
love,
Yeah.
my
Khalil
love.
was acting a little shy to dance with me because he was kind of like, you will watch. I'm like, pretend like it's just you and me on the dance floor.
Yep.
If I just
It's like
pretend it's
no
just
one's
us.
watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was kind of a little bit shy about dancing. He was like, "Ah."
I
I'm
know
like, you'll be fine,
the
baby.
homie used to say that Xavier, like that's one of his things he
Yeah,
liked.
dance like no one's watching.
No
Boy,
one's
I do
watching
dance like no one's watching.
during his hip hop flow yoga.
During yoga, yeah.
And it's like no one's watching. He's like most people do get like subconscious about dancing and shit. Like I don't give a shit, but like a lot of people get subconscious about the dancing. Like yeah, I don't. I'm an entertainer. Like I don't mind looking goofy and
Yeah.
shit. Shit.
I forgot where I was at because when I started there, and then like I heard some of the parents call it out. They like, okay, Naima. I'm like, oh sure. I'm like, I forgot this was a family
Forgot it was people
function.
in here.
I forgot this was a family function.
Forgot it was people in there and
I
shit.
was like, Naima went back to the rink when Naima was 16.
The Wink Fitness Factory.
I went back to Club Nitro when I was 19.
Club Nitro. I did
I went
one
back,
gig at Nitro in my life.
I went back to the lick when I had just turned 21. When I had just turned 21, I was in the lick.
The lick was definitely a sight to see and shit.
Went to the Dragon Room when I was 21.
The Dragon Room.
Okay, I'm showing my age really, really much now because I'm naming all these clubs that don't exist.
Dragon Room was a pretty good find there. That was a good one.
I love the Dragon Room. The Dragon Room was awesome.
That was cool. I had some moments there. Definitely had some moments in the Dragon Room.
I had great memories of the Dragon Room.
I had moments there. Me and Feast had a moment. I told you about that. The Dragon Room. Same girl. Same girl. Yeah, me and Feast definitely had a moment. I'll be Usher in that case. Don't.
See my face. Mm-mm. But all fun, all fun. So once the fun stops, you gotta get back to the grind, you know.
Yeah. And let's do that. Let's talk about the grind. We're gonna kick it right off. NBA grind. Yeah, the finals are set. And June 5th, I think they kick off.
Yeah, June 5th, the files
On
officially.
ABC. The Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Indiana Pacers live on ABC starting June 5th. I was
Be
terrible.
there.
I was terrible. I don't even know what voice I was doing there because NBA announcer doesn't even sound like that.
It wasn't Kevin Harlan or
Kevin Harlan didn't sound like that. Marv Albert didn't sound like that.
yes.
Yeah. He'd have been like NBA.
Yeah, because he had that voice. Yes.
Neo Funk didn't sound like that.
I think that Marv just needs to coach. They need to let, I know he's retired and everything, but just come back for like one game every finals.
Yeah.
I
I
think that would
wish
be fair.
would have been I wish he would have came back for that game 6, that Pacers Knicks game, because
Oh yeah.
that was the end of an era. That's the final ever TNT NBA on TNT game, which I watched just for that purpose. Like because I haven't been watching a lot of these like
Well,
real
we were
closely.
I peeked a little bit because the prom was going on at that time, the
Yeah,
family
I
prom, but
watched
I
just
did
for that.
peek a little
So I knew
bit.
the Knicks were losing and shit. So I watched. I said I want to see like the last broadcast with Kevin Harlan, and especially with the Inside Crew.
It's
Yeah,
true, yeah.
they had a nice sign off. Yeah, it was really dope. Like the way they
Mhm.
all said that they had their piece at the end. It's like yeah, everyone They did, they do the show on location from the conference finals, so they were in
Mhm.
Indianapolis, yeah, like with all of the Pacers fans going nuts, obviously around it. And like Shaq dropped an F bomb on the yeah, like to that other network, we ain't fucking around. So, yeah, live on TV or something like that. I know he dropped an F bomb, and Kenny followed suit. And shit. Like Charles and Ernie didn't drop it. They both dropped the F bomb live. I guess they said, "What
Well,
you go? What you can do? Fire me?" I guess they were like
well,
that.
Shaq said, well, he did say the refs take over the fucking game.
Fucking
I don't
game,
give a
he did it
shit.
back when he
He
was in his
did.
playing
So
days. Yes.
Shaq basically said, I have the money to pay this little funky ass fine. That's basically what
Yeah.
he's saying when he does that.
Shaq, we are live. I don't give a shit.
I have the money to pay for your little funky fine.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, it was
um,
nice. Yeah, Ernie went last, of course, because he'd been there the longest, like '89. He'd been there since TNT. I'm like, wow, yeah. He said,
like ever since I like pretty much been watching basketball,
yeah,
Ernie was there. Yeah, because
Ernie
I always just remember
always been
elevator,
there. You don't ever Ernie
elevator
not
Ernie.
being. You don't remember Ernie ever not being on TV.
Right.
It's like he was just always there.
I started watching basketball like at 89. So yeah, so my whole life that I watched basketball.
Yeah, but I thought it was real dope.
Mm.
Yeah. But they had the show. Yeah, they say, yeah, you will see us. This won't be on TNT because they are bringing them to ABC or ESPN or like, yeah, they sister companies. Yeah, they are bringing the show. I just think it's not gonna have. It's not gonna be the same.
It's not
It's
because
gonna be the end of it there. First of all, like for like somebody like Stephen A. Smith is probably gonna try to be part of the show. Is like it's gonna be a change to me. Like it's going like you're gonna add like yeah, I'm like yeah. Here's the fifth member, Stephen A. Smith, inside the NBA. He's gonna add him. It's like it's just not gonna be the same. I don't think shit like that. I think it's gonna be like interference. You're gonna try to like shoehorn him into the show and shit like that.
so who's all going to be on there?
They all were just talking about you gonna see us. They didn't really say. So I'm assuming is Ernie part of the package? I don't know. Like 'cause I at one point I heard mixed reviews, but is Ernie coming
Yeah,
with
because I
them?
thought that Ernie was
I
with,
thought he was
with
still with
TNT. I thought he had
TNT.
a contract with
That's
them.
what I heard. So maybe it's just Kenny, Shaq, and Chuck, and then probably like Stephen A. Smith or somebody like that. That's what I don't know. I just made that up, but if that happens, yeah, like remember where you heard
On my
it.
face.
Yeah.
I
Um,
think that honestly, whatchamacallit is warming up his spot, Draymond Green. Like when he does retire, he's going to be
yeah,
on
because
something like that.
the end is near. Warriors, they got a 2 year win. Because like they
Yeah.
timed this out perfectly. Like with well, not perfectly. Yeah, they hey, but the way they timed it out, they said we got two more shots at this base. Because like
Yeah.
Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy, all their contracts expired in 20 at the end of 27.
Oh,
So yeah, they yeah. So that's probably it. I don't see it like Steph would be 40, so he probably just
yeah,
retired.
Steph will be 40 all day.
Probably
So
all three of them retire because Draymond and Jimmy they're like 35, so like they not they'd be like 37 when they yeah, so they
mhm.
might all just retire then.
Steph will be 40. Yeah.
I think Steph turns 40 that or 39 that year, so he's either 39 or 40, so like this probably it for his last contract. Like
Steph will be doing what he does best. He'll be back in Martha's Vineyard playing his golf, chilling. That's
probably retire, so like
what he's gonna be doing.
so they gonna try like two more times to like try
To
to
make some noise.
try to make some noise. It's like, and then Draymond probably he'll join the broad because he's actually good at what he
He
does.
is, because I saw how he was interacting. He fit like how you could tell when Shaq would be like you knew Shaq was gonna go
Yeah,
because he just fit.
when I really started noticing was during this past All Star weekend, like when Draymond sat in with them like
Hmm.
during All Star, and I was like, oh, he's a natural. Yeah, okay, yeah,
Because Draymond is definitely he's a character. Like that's who he is. Like you need somebody on TV who has the
yeah,
energy, who has the time. Because like I said, you're on live TV, so if somebody makes an off-cuff comment, because we know they always go off,
yeah.
And Ernie always has to be the one who has to reel everybody back in. He's like, okay, let's get this show back on track. Ernie always has to like bring them back. But Chuck and Charles, Chuck and Shaq, I mean, Chuck and Shaq
Yeah.
are going to be they're going to be kind of getting there. Kenny going to hop in and give
Oh
his
yeah,
like,
Kenny gonna get his and shit
he
too.
going to hop in and
He
give
gonna
his
get
little
his. Yeah.
thing.
He gonna get his and shit.
And
Yeah.
then Ernie goes like, wait a minute. come on, come on back. But you have to be able to react quickly. So it's like if you are in a live setting and like if Shaq and or Charles or Kenny gives like they do a lot of movie references, like they might make like a reference about Friday. You just got knocked out, like if somebody fell down, like they
Yeah,
do, or by Felicia, they'll do something like that, and then you have to be able to react to it and hop right in. But I think that he was good, Draymond. He
yeah.
definitely did his thing.
Definitely the end of an era. What's the name? They had at the end of the game, like after the Pacers washed the Knicks, and then Pascal got the Eastern Conference
Yeah,
yeah, like
MVP.
which I'm still like, yeah, I'm like still getting used to the conference MVPs. That's the thing they just started like 2 years ago or something like that. It's a new thing. So I always forget about. So that's right, they do a conference finals MVP too. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. Cause like yeah, cause of course Shea got it for the West, like
Of
you
course,
didn't
yeah.
know that. And Draymond, not Draymond, Pascal, who was basically the Draymond of the Pacers, like Pascal, he got it. But
I like the memes that came from it because they said that he's looking at Halliburton and said, "I am captain now."
yeah, look at me, I am the captain.
I am the captain now.
Yeah, it's like when Jalen Brown got it last year with Tatum. It's the same thing.
They said Halliburton getting the Jason Tatum treatment.
Yeah.
Like the memes are just like priceless. I was like, okay.
But yeah, and they did their sign off too, like Kevin Harlan and Reggie and they had a nice little because they
But
showed the
how appropriate
highlights all throughout the years too. Like
that Reggie got to do it with his Pacers going to the
he got
finals.
to hand him the trophy. That was like
Hmm.
apropos because the last time the Pacers went to the finals was 2000, led by Reggie Miller.
Reggie
It's like
Miller.
25 years ago was the last time the Pacers went to the NBA finals. And it's been 13 years since the Thunder last went, 2012.
Yeah, with 2012.
KD,
KD,
Westbrook,
James
Ibaka, and
Harden.
Harden. That team is
Yeah.
like, yeah,
They
like
should have won. They really should have won that
they were
year.
stacked, yeah, but they ran
Yeah.
into LeBron and them. So yeah,
And then they were still young. They were
they were
young.
young and they had a
They were
hungry
young.
LeBron. Like LeBron had just got his ass whipped the year before by Dallas. He's like, we ain't losing back
Hmm.
to back. So yeah,
As a Thunder, they should have won because they had a squad. And
yeah,
it was all homegrown.
yep,
It wasn't no trickery. It was all
yep. That was just good drafting. Yeah, they drafted well. Yeah,
yes.
good drafting, all of that. Yeah.
But it's nice to see two teams that haven't been
And yes, hit
in
25
years
years for the
and
Pacers.
haven't won.
Yeah, neither one of them have ever won. Like, yeah, you can kind of put an asterisk with the Thunder because
Because
the
it's
Supersonics
different
won in the '70s, but yeah,
like it's
Oklahoma
different
City has
name,
never won a
but yeah,
championship. Yeah,
different name, but same organization and name.
so
But
technically they won one title. Like that's a technically count the
technically,
Supersonics history, but as Oklahoma City they've
that's
never won a title.
OKC.
The Pacers, like they won three titles in the ABA, but yeah, no
The
NBA
NBA
titles. Yeah,
title.
because they were one of the ABA teams that carried over, and like yeah, so
Hmm.
like they won titles in the ABA, but so far never won an NBA
No
title.
NBA.
Yeah, and there's only
But
their second finals, yeah, because they went in 2000 with Reggie.
one thing's for sure, a new person's going to be crowned champion. It's
For
going
the
to be a new sheriff in
sixth year
town.
in a row. The last back to back we had was the Steph KD Warriors,
Yeah, it's
17 and 18.
hard.
So like, it's been we haven't seen a repeat champion since that because 19 the Toronto Raptors, 2020 was the Lakers, 21 the Bucks,
The Bucks,
22 the Warriors,
Warriors,
23 the Nuggets,
Nuggets,
24 the Celtics,
the Celtics.
25. I'm gonna call it right now the Thunder. Yeah, I'm going with
I predict the Thunder.
Thunder and six.
5.
Okay, yeah,
They ain't
okay.
gonna fuck around. I don't think they gonna fuck around. I
Especially
think
after
105.
2012, they gonna be like, yeah,
105.
they, yeah.
Sorry, Pacers. I mean, the Indy fans might be coming out. I'm sorry, but
And I used to live in Indiana, but
yeah.
it's
SGA is the
oh well,
truth.
SGA is the MVP.
He's the truth. Yeah, he's the
Thunder were the
truth.
best team in the regular season all year. They would really have to fuck this up to lose
Hmm.
to the They would really have to
And
fuck this up.
they're gonna put Caruso on Halliburton. Caruso gonna give him
Absolutely, yeah.
he gonna give him the shakes. Halliburton, like I said, he already be like Caruso gonna
Yeah,
give he
it's
gonna put the flux
so
on
good.
him. Caruso gonna lock
That's
him
one
up.
thing that each team does have bring. They do bring somebody with championship experience. You got Alex Caruso with the Thunder. You got
Hmm.
Pascal Siakam with the Pacers. So you got guys there that been there
I got
that
the
got that
experience here.
championship experience. Because Pascal won 2019 with the Raptors, Caruso with the Lakers in 20. So yeah,
Forgot about that
so
he was with the Raptors. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
yeah, he was part of that Raptors
Yeah, he
team.
was part
Yeah,
of that Raptors. Like I totally blocked that
And
out. Yeah.
Rockford's Fred Van Vliet and Kyle Lowry that team. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the
Except for DeRozan that,
yeah they traded in the very year that next year they won. It's like yeah,
that
he was there
sucks.
like all and wanted to be there. It's like which for years like nobody wanted to play in Canada. Like he's like no, I want to be here.
I
But
want
then
to be here.
he's the guy that wanted to
Yeah.
be there. He wanted to spend his whole career there, which
Yeah.
is whole is called is weird. His legacy is gonna be totally weird now, like for a number of reasons, like because especially because I still say he's probably like the top two or three greatest Raptor of all time. I'll say he's up there, like yeah.
Vince Carter,
And it's Kyle Lowry. It's like his
Kyle
other
Lowry.
guys. It's like yeah, he's up there, top two or three. I say
Yeah.
yeah. So when they retire his number, it's like yeah, will Drake be there? Because DeMar DeRozan got dropped right in the middle of that Kendrick Drake beef, like unsolicited. Because Kendrick shouted him out on They Not Like Us. And they actually had him in the video too. Because he mentioned him in that is like yeah, so yeah, like that the role he came back home because when he came back wouldn't sign with the Kings. He's like say he didn't want to go in Toronto. Yeah, he came back home to California. Yeah, yeah. He that's basically shit on Drake. He used the roles in this shit on Drake to us. And when them being in the video like and Drake being a lifetime Raptors
Compton. He's
fan,
Compton though, so
he's like yeah, I
yeah.
played for the Raptors, but I'm confident at the end of the
I'm
day.
Compton at the end of the
I'm riding
day.
with Kendrick. It's like I gotta ride with Kendrick.
Only person who doesn't do that is Isaiah, because like I mean, we don't recognize Chicago.
Isaiah's the GOAT, Chicago. He's the GOAT.
He not Chicago.
He's the greatest Chicago player of all time.
Even though he West Side all day, but it's
Hands down, yeah, greatest Chicago player of all
mm,
time.
mm-mm.
Made some funny Isaiah Thomas jokes before we record, and I'm not gonna mention them here and all that stuff.
Moving on.
Yeah.
But despite what people are saying, it's not going to be a low viewership of the finals. It's not. It's not going to suck. It's not.
That's the casuals. The casuals that
It's
want to
not
go,
going
they
to
want to go
suck.
back to the days, but like we knew it was going to be Warriors and Cavs
Warriors and
before the
Cavs.
season even started. Like in July, you knew it was going to be Warriors and Cavs the next finals. It's like you
Or
want that.
Or like I remember when the Kobe Lakers were playing the KG Celtics and there I remember I said that I was like Lakers and Celtics for the 1 millionth time.
I think when they
Lakers and
played
Celtics
in
for
the
the 1 millionth time.
the 2010 one is when yeah, that's the one that because 2008 it was kind of exciting. You hadn't seen it since Magic and Bird. But by like 2010, it's like I'm kind of
That
over the Lakers and
2010 got
Celtics.
me.
It's like,
I was like
I
Lakers
wanted
and Celtics
somebody else and
again.
shit. Like I wish it would have been Kobe and LeBron that year, but like Bron had his that was like the Delonte West season, so it was a lot. It was something. There's definitely something going on there. It's like yeah, that was that season. That was when he remember he walked in the tunnel. He took his shirt off,
He
his
took off
jersey
his
off.
shirt. He took
Yeah,
off
that
his
was that
jersey.
season.
Yeah, I remember.
It was definitely it was where there's smoke, there's fire. It's like yeah, it was something with that. And Delonte West ain't been the same since that. So it's definitely something to that story. I don't know exactly what, but it's something there. It's like it's just not. It's not bullshit. I don't think it's
As I
something
make
to
the
that story.
face.
Yeah. But that was that season, so that's the Cavs like they weren't gonna make it, and then Bron took his talents like later that summer. Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
who I wanted the Kobe LeBron that year. And we
Yeah,
got the
that would have been
Celtics game. I
nice.
was like, I'm over the Celtics. It's
We finally
like
would have got the Kobe Bryant. That would have been nice.
it's funny. My timeline was crazy. People would deny it now because everybody likes Kobe now because he died. It's like, but back then it's like everybody was a Celtics fan all of a sudden. I remember that. My timeline was Celtics hard. It's like
I remember I had a bet, like I didn't do like a monetary thing or whatever, but like when I was talking, they were like, the Celtics, I was like, the Lakers are gonna win. And like I said, I wasn't a fan of either team like that, but I just was like, I just
By
felt it.
then,
I just felt it.
I was invested. Like Rose was starting to come into his own. I was like, the Bulls, the only team I really care about is like these others. I watch because I like basketball, just like the Thunder and the Pacers. Like I like
Mhm.
basketball, but
I like
I
basketball
don't
too.
care about either of those teams. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like yeah,
I
it's,
like OKC's fan base because I feel like they're like college. They feel like college, they feel like the college school.
that's
That's what
because
they
that's
feel.
what yeah, that's their team. They does have that college energy. Yeah.
Yeah, I like their the way that they come out to the games and like their fans are really, you know,
Yeah, Indiana is just a basketball place, yeah, because of all of the college basketball they got. They just a basketball state, like with
mhm.
Purdue and yeah, IU and
Yeah,
yeah, the Notre Dame. They just a basketball state, so like
yeah.
they love some basketball in
They love some
Indiana.
basketball.
Yeah, they definitely
Mhm.
love their basketball. But it's what was I saying? Yeah, that said Celtics. Everybody became a Celtics fan all of a sudden, like because people didn't, they really didn't like Kobe. Then they didn't want Kobe to get number five. Like yeah, because I guess I was getting a little too close to Mike and shit. Yeah, keep him at
You're supposed
four.
to join.
Then too close to Mike. Yeah, like when
Mhm.
he was, and I was like, Kobe is not losing to Boston twice. They lost in '08. You think that that man right there is going to lose to the
And
same thing?
that was my reasoning too, because I was like, he wants redemption. I said, you know how Kobe is.
For two reasons. He wanted redemption against Celtics, and he wants to say I won more than
He
Shaq.
won one more,
He
and
had
then
two
that's
reasons for winning that ring.
thank
It's
you.
like yes, yeah,
And
he had
now
two
I'm right under
motivations.
Big Brother because Jordan was Big Brother. I'm right under Big. I'm like I'm within striking
And
distance of Big Brother now.
he himself said that yeah, now I got one more than Shaq. So you
Oh
know
yeah, I
that
know.
that was on his brain. It's like yeah, so
He
I
was
don't
petty.
forget. Yeah, in the press conference after they won, like yeah, he
How's
asked
it feel
how
to
was it
win?
number
Number
five.
five,
Yeah, yeah.
Kobe.
Now I got one more than
Why was that
Shaq.
the first thing
I
he
don't.
said though?
I don't.
He was petty.
And to me, that's the main, bro, the motivation why Shaq signed with the Celtics. Hey,
Why
that's what
Shaq's old ass came back and then
and that's
tore
why he went to the and look who he went to the Celtics. The
the
team you just
Celtics.
beat.
And then he tore it.
Out
Wait,
of
he
all the
tear
teams assigned to, he went with
did he
Celtics.
tear like his quad or something
Yeah,
running
that's
up
what
the
he had his
court?
career. Yeah, he ran
Yeah.
it up the court or something like that. Hey, nobody touched him. Yeah, his career ended just like running, getting back on defense.
I think he tore his quad,
Yeah,
but I think that's what happened.
just
Like he
running
was
up
like
the
running up the
court.
court and he just
Yeah,
started limping off.
yeah.
The Shaq was about like 39 when he came
He
back.
was the only
Right?
player in the league with Boston. He was when he signed with them. I was like, that's the only reason he signed with Boston is because Kobe Bryant said, "Yeah, now I got one more than Shaq. I don't forget."
That was petty. Yeah.
Only reason, yeah. But we both made our predictions. We both said Thunder. I have Thunder in six. You got them in five.
Very
So
petty.
yeah. So that's where we at right now. Mm. Um,
Hmm.
was I gonna add anything else to the NBA? I think I got I thought I had something else. I don't remember. So yeah, I thought. I guess not. I will move on to like other news though. Um, hmm. You want to talk about these well let's before we go there because before we get into this bullshit yeah did I finally watched the two-part Pee Wee Herman HBO Max
Oh, you did? Okay.
documentary. Yeah, I'm glad I waited because then I was able to watch them back to back together. It's like yeah, because they was it's a two parts yeah, so I just watched them together. So I was like that worked out yeah.
Hmm. Like I'm
So
gonna
what?
probably watch it again because I kept on getting interrupted because I'll probably watch it when I'm home alone because the
Yeah,
kids kept on coming to ask me questions. Then Marcus came and was asking me. I'm like, I just want to watch this documentary by myself. Like, let me.
yeah, I watched it both parts. 'Cause the first part, yeah, was like the ride, like to be the origin story, his beginning back at the
Hmm.
groundlings and all of that, and then how he developed Pee Wee Herman and Pee Wee Mania. Then the second part was the fall. It's like well,
Yeah.
is
Dun dun dun.
yeah, it's covered like if you're a Pee Wee fan, which Pee Wee's Big Adventure is 40 years old this year, by the way, for those that don't realize, 85, yeah. Large Mars. They showed Large Mars in the documentary. I lost it yeah, when they showed like the clip from Large Mars.
Tell him Lars Marge sent you.
Large Mars.
She It was hectic.
That's an iconic scene. It's like,
I just watched it the other day because I was like, since it's on Max, this is available. I was like, I'm gonna watch Pee Wee's Big Adventure. So I was watching Pee Wee's Big Adventure the other day. One of the funniest movies ever.
and people that were at the Groundlings at the same time as him, like I said, Phil Hartman, Elvira, they were all there together. So
John B.
yeah, Missy
Mhm.
Vaughn, like a lot of his
Missy
homies, they
Vaughn.
were all at the
I was like,
Groundlings.
oh, Missy Vaughn was there because I didn't know she was there from the beginning. I was like, oh, I said, that's
Yeah.
great.
They all started at the Groundlings, which is it's a comedy troupe. They do improv. It's like Second City, but in LA. It's
In
like
LA,
it's
yeah.
the Groundlings. Like I know that I'm familiar with the Groundlings just from when I was pursuing acting.
Hmm.
And a lot of SNL alum have gotten their start through there, which we auditioned for, didn't get it. Yeah, so Gilbert Godfrey got the spot there, because like
Yeah, because
they have types. It's like yeah, he was
they were
the
both the same type,
yeah.
so
They both, yeah. Same reason why Robert Townsend didn't pick. 'Cause he was up against Eddie Murphy when he was auditioning. They're only gonna pick one black guy. So yeah, it
and then
was
that's
going
why he
if
did
Eddie got
Hollywood Shuffle. We did
wait,
Eddie
maybe
Murphy
yeah, did the
because
Eddie, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Cause said we want Eddie Murphy. That's he was making fun of his SNL
yeah.
audition on that. It's like, yeah, 'cause they say, yeah, do Eddie Murphy. I don't do impressions.
Get the fuck out of here.
The fuck, yeah. So yeah, he did lose all his SNL auditions because Eddie
Yeah.
beat him out here.
But it worked out for Paul, I think.
Oh yeah,
I think it worked out.
absolutely worked
I think
out.
it
Yeah,
worked out.
it definitely worked out. Yeah, and
And then the talent that he was around for college, like Katie Seagal and David Hasselhoff, like they were in
yeah,
college together.
Michael Knight. Dun, 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 dun,
But he
dun,
said he was like, yeah, he said he went on a little show called
dun.
Baywatch
Watch.
later, and then she went on a little show called Married with Children, and so it's like really cool that like, like just imagine the talent, like if you were just watching like a student play and then you saw an unknown Pee Wee, Peggy, and David Hasselhoff, like you saw them in the play, and yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah, you never know who's gonna make it. You
Who's gonna be the next big one that
really don't
just
know. Yeah.
pops? Yeah.
It's kind of random. Like you can say you see who has talent and who doesn't, but talent alone doesn't always carry you. But like you
Hmm.
never know who's going to be the one. It's like yeah, it's like a lot of factors have to happen for you to like pop big like that.
What
Yeah,
I did like about that they did touch on the documentary when he talked about when they showed S. Epitha Murkison.
yeah.
And he was saying it was important to have the diversity on his show because,
Yeah,
he grew up,
he on purpose he put
yeah,
that
he
Captain
loved
Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo and Howdy Doody and stuff like that as a boy because that's what
Yeah,
he
which is
watched.
yeah, like he never thought he'd be doing his own version of how because basically Pee Wee's Playhouse was our Howdy
Howdy
Doody.
Doody
That's
slash Captain
that's
Kangaroo
like
like
that
that.
guy. That
Yeah.
was like yeah, what Howdy Doody was in the 50s. That's what it was
Mhm.
for us. Like basically, yeah,
That was it. And he said that, it was important because like when you look at all those other shows, they were very white. Like you
yeah.
didn't see, like not saying that they were bad shows, but I mean, but it's
The
like
Mickey Mouse Club's another one.
it
Yeah,
was very white.
Mhm.
You didn't see anybody that looked like you. So I mean, I remember as a little girl, I liked Reba the Nail Lady. I did like,
I liked how
I
she
didn't.
said that she was. I'm the one person that was
She never went for the
that
shenanigans.
realized that is like it's some strange shit going on here.
Yeah.
Everybody else was just part of that world. It's like she was like, okay,
She
like
was always the straight man of the
what's
group.
going on? It's
Yeah.
like yeah, hey, Reba was always
We built a campfire. She was like, okay.
yeah, she was always the one character that stood out. Like okay, like the fuck is going on? It's like
So it's like when I saw her, I didn't, I can't say that I just drew to her because she was a black, woman too, and be a little black little girl watching, but it's like I did definitely like her character. I did. And then when he said that, I was like, that's probably me seeing somebody who looks like me on TV and being like, oh, okay. Because representation does matter when you see someone who looks like you, it
Originally, he
matters.
had a guy called his Mailman Mike was like the mailman.
Mailman Mike, yep.
His
Hmm.
original stage play show, the Pee Wee Herman show. Yeah, he
Hmm.
did Reba for the Playhouse show. Like he like
Hmm.
switched it up. Yeah, but yeah, his guy Mailman Mike was the mailman on the original his original stage show. Like which he started at the Groundlings. Yeah, the
I
midnight
watched that too
show.
the
It's
other
like,
day. I watched the original Pee Wee
yeah,
from 1981. So I was like,
yeah.
wow, this is pretty cool to watch this from
My
80
introduction to Pee Wee was probably during that the David Letterman stuff.
David Letterman.
That's probably the first time I remember seeing this guy. Like I was like, okay, who is this? Who is this guy? I was little and shit. Yeah, I was probably like Khalil's age, but I just remember he was funny, like the guy. That's
Him
all I
break dancing and breaking
yeah,
shit.
break dancing and shit. He was throwing dishes and shit. It's like, cause dad was like, "Hey, Oscar, look at this." So he showed me and Feast. It's like, and we were just dying laughing at the shit. We thought it was hilarious.
Remember, one of my favorite memories I remember was watching him on 227 and Brenda. I'm doing the Pee Wee
Yeah,
Herman with Pee Wee Herman.
that was Pee Wee Mania was real then. That was about 86, I think, when he was on
Because I thought
227.
that was just so cool when he was on 227 because we watch it every week anyway. And then when I saw Pee Wee, like, oh, Pee Wee's gonna be on
Yeah.
227. Ooh, I got excited.
Now, my secret weapon, he blows bubbles.
Then he throws some bubbles in his eyes.
It really was his secret weapon. It's like,
Question, was Sandra trying to get Pee Wee some? Because it seemed like Sandra was trying to get Pee Wee some.
I was trying to give every man on that show some.
Sandra seemed like she was trying to. And Pee Wee learned he wanted to risk it all for Sandra, maybe.
And Pee Wee told Sandra, yeah, like, I'm a loner, Sandra, a rebel.
Like a rebel.
I'm a loner, Sandra, a rebel.
I gotta get my I'm a rebel
That's
shirt.
the deleted scene we didn't see. You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me, Sandra.
Oh Lord, a rebel.
A rebel.
But then the thing that the secret that was revealed that really wasn't a secret.
But Paul was gay. Like we
When he
knew
talked
that.
about his sexuality.
He
And
just
here's the
was so
thing,
he's kept it private, but motherfuckers knew and shit. Yeah.
we knew. And that's what I left in the comment. I was like, here's the thing. I was like, we knew, but we didn't care. He was just ridiculously funny and talented. We didn't care. We
Yeah.
didn't. He made us laugh. We like, why do we care about who he's sleeping with? Why do we care about that?
Yeah.
I didn't care. I
I,
thought he was freaking hilarious and super talented. I
I
didn't care
thought it
about
was
any of
funny.
that.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? But I mean, like it was a time when people didn't
Yeah,
have to be
remember
closeted,
remember he
you know,
started in the
in the
late 70s and
70s,
early 80s. It's
early 80s.
like it was a different time. Yeah. Like,
So he was, because he said that one point when he was like, he was so out at first, like he was very out, and then he had to climb back in the
yeah.
closet. He was like, he was
Yeah,
out, but then he had to
yeah,
climb
he
back
used to
in.
dress in drag and shit like that back in the
Yeah,
day.
he did the drag
Yeah,
shows and
back
stuff.
now, he was definitely out back in his. So
Hmm.
like when he started pursuing a career, and then he had to he had to become secretive. Then he said because
Hmm.
it probably ruined my career. And shit. Yeah.
And that was just so sad that he had to, do that and had to like kind of hide his personal life. But I just assumed that, I mean, I always thought that he was gay. I just assumed that he was just very private because you didn't really see who he was dating, who he was, you know, Pee Wee Herman leaves out on a hot date. Like you really didn't see his business out there. And I just was like, he's just private.
Yeah, show up at the Emmys with like a date, shit like that. Yeah, yeah, shit like
Hmm.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, he was just very private about his life.
yeah.
I didn't know about the Debbie Mazar thing. Like when they showed her in there, I was like, oh, I was like, okay, because then
I,
she was
I don't
like,
remember. I
yeah,
don't
she was
remember.
like BFF for him, yeah.
I don't remember any of that. Yeah,
And then she was like, when they were telling her, Paul's gay, and she was like, okay, like they dated, but it's like
yeah.
she was his friend, so I mean, she knew, yeah. So
And then of course
you
they
know,
talking about the 1991 arrest, which that one I was in high school by then. So that one, Pee Wee was getting them jokes then. It's like hey, I was when they showed the jokes, like yeah, I was one of them jokesters during that time. It's
yeah,
like
they show Jim Carrey doing him on
yeah,
Living
Pee Wee's
Color
adult adventures. Yeah, like yeah,
to beat that drum, yeah.
Turbo Fist to beat this drum. It's like
Which I didn't get because I was like 10, so I mean, I didn't get what was going
oh
on. You
yeah,
and Feast were
yeah,
dying
Pee
laughing.
losing it like yeah,
Because you guys were teenagers, so you guys were
yeah,
dying laughing.
definitely got the jokes.
I was 10, so I didn't get any of that at 10. I didn't know what was going on.
You
So
wondered like why Pee Wee's Playhouse wasn't on the air anymore.
I was just like, why is my show on? Because they pulled the show had already been canceled before, but then they pulled the
Yeah,
reboot.
because they were showing reruns, but then
They
they
pulled them
got rid of that. Yeah,
abruptly.
because like he had rapped in 1990. He recorded the last two seasons back to back because he was a
Yeah.
rapper. Yeah, So he said, I'm doing these last two seasons. He recorded all that shit together and then just
Hmm.
like kind of was kind of chilling. It's like, and that's when the incident happened, like
Yeah.
during that time
Because
when
he
he was,
went back home. He went back to Florida and he was just chilling at home.
yeah. And then the incident happened. Yeah. He pled no contest. Like, but the more problematic one that people don't really talk about is the 2001 arrest. That's the one that everybody.
Yeah,
I'm
and
glad they went more into depth into that because that's
me
the one.
too.
The first one is I'm like I do what happened and all of that. I was like it's yeah
I mean, he kept his hands to himself. So I mean, what
in
can
adult
you?
theater like is
Yeah, and
everybody's grown is like yeah
he
but
didn't hurt any. It wasn't like
everybody
he
was
was like
grown.
outside
Yeah,
of a daycare doing that, and then
yeah.
Chris Hansen's like, "What are you doing?" It wasn't
Yeah.
nothing like that,
But the 2001 was the problematic one because then you got
Yeah,
movies of pedophilia and yeah all of that. So
and I like that he
that's the one
did.
I wanted to. I'll say I want to hear. I need to hear more about that
And
before
I
I
like that he did get to say in his own words, saying like, like that, like he was like, I'm not a pedophile, nothing like that.
because he did have to register as a sex offender after that.
And
So
that was bogus because it's like it was a witch hunt. Like when you look at it, it was a witch hunt, it seemed like,
yeah,
because they were trying to get him to like force him out,
yeah,
as gay. And it's like, but gay people are just gay. They're not pedophiles, like you don't like one doesn't, they don't, the terms don't interchange. You don't be like, okay, you're gay and you're a pedophile. Like, no. I mean, it is people who can be both, but it's just assuming everybody who is like they have a child fetish. It's like no, it's like he has some vintage
yeah.
homoerotica,
Some erotica, and there was some underage stuff that was mixed in
and
there.
it wasn't even when they look back, it wasn't even nothing like the person that they were trying to say they were not underage. They weren't.
Yeah.
But it was like some vintage, like if you had like a like here's an example. So if somebody had a vintage Playboy collection, and then you pulled the one thing that had Brooke Shields in it.
Or
It better if you pull the one issue, like I said, and all this collection that you have, and then you just zero out to find that
Or
because the
another
person,
problematic one from back in the day is I don't know if you know the name Tracy Lords. I don't know if you know her name.
yeah, because
She was a porn star.
she
She
was
was
in
in
that
Zack and
movie,
Miri. Yeah,
Zack
she
and
was
Miri. There you go.
made
She was
the
in that.
she was yeah the you
Bubbles. She
remember
was
her you
Bubbles.
Bubbles yeah you remember her yeah
I love that
yeah
movie.
yeah she was a porn star from back in the 80s but who lied about her age.
Who lied
But
about
her
her
movies
age?
got banned for years because like it's child pornography. Yeah,
Child
you
pornography.
watching a 15-year-old have sex on camera like that's that's
That's
child
fun.
pornography so it's illegal. It's like
She
which
lied about her
yeah,
age.
'cause she had lied or she said she was 18. She was really like 15 or something like that, was doing
Yeah.
the movies. Is so like her movies like that's when of course when something becomes banned then it becomes like now it's a wanted item. So that's
It's a
how her
one line.
popularity grew was like because now people want what they can't have. It's like oh we can't have watch Tracy's movie. So then her movies like on the black market went like yeah it started becoming collectors items then. Like
Mhm.
people like the tape traders they called them then before the internet. So if you had a Tracy Lords tape, you probably could get like hundreds for that shit. Like it's
Mhm.
like people were like it went on that market. So like if you had like somebody, so you had a porn collection and you have a Tracy Lords movie in there,
Just
it's like
one tape of Tracy,
yeah,
but one, just
yeah,
one.
yeah.
And they try to label you as that because
So
who they were trying to get was that guy from Beetlejuice, the father for me. He was a damn creep. He was.
what's his name?
Jeffrey, whatever.
From of Bueller.
Bueller, yeah.
He really was the bad guy in Paris. Bueller's principal really was a bit of the villain in
When I
real
Googled
life.
and
He was a
saw what
villain.
he
And then because people started making jokes about that, yeah, no wonder he was so hot about after Bueller. It's like, he wanted them Bueller buns. That's what he wanted.
Yikes.
That's-
Because when I actually Googled and saw what he did, he was a damn creep. He
yeah,
was.
Bueller
And because
guys.
Paul had associated with him, it's like, but just because you associate with somebody doesn't mean that you're a damn creep too. But they were just trying to group him with him. That's what it was.
Yeah, you can't really like. Sometimes the company you keep doesn't always tell the whole story.
It doesn't.
For a perfect example, you're gonna laugh at this is when with Ja Rule, remember the whole the Fire Fest nonsense and
Yeah,
all of that.
yeah.
It's like so back when that happened, like whatever year that was, they had Ja Rule was on the Breakfast Club, and like they were asking him, the questions like how can you associate like with this dude not knowing you might see where this is going, yeah, how you go with this shady do business with this shady dude not knowing where it's going. fast forward, Ja Rule
DJ
was on the
Envy.
break. I was going to say, fast forward, Ja Rule was on the Breakfast Club last year or earlier this year. It was a late 24 or 25. He was on there. It said, remember Envy when you asked me about how could I associate and not know they said now you know, huh? And Charlemagne just fell out on the floor. He just lost
I'm
it.
sure Envy just sat there like this.
He just kind of he tried to like half chuckle. He's like, yeah, yeah, you got me. He's like that kind
This
of
would
thing.
be the face I would just sit here like this.
Charlemagne just fell over like,
You know what? I just attribute that's the petty cancer in him.
yeah, he just
You
fell
know,
on
cancers be
it.
petty.
He says, so now you know how you associate with somebody not knowing
Oh,
their shit.
John tucked it away. John tucked that
He
smart
Kobe
ass stuff
Bryant
it
that shit.
away.
He's like, oh, I don't forget he Kobe
He
that shit.
tucked it
I can't
away.
wait to come back after the Caesar Pena story, bro. He's like, I can't wait to go on Breakfast Club again. He
He
was
came
waiting for
in.
that shit.
He came in like the big Joker in his face, like, yeah, posted the big Joker in his
He's
forehead.
like, yeah, I
Like,
can't wait to come back on Breakfast Club. No, Ja Rule, I got something for Envy.
it's murder.
Holla, holla.
But yeah, that is a true thing because, like, here's the thing about people who are like shady people or creepy or shitty people. They're good. They're master manipulators.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are. They're very, very good at convincing you. Because I said, even Envy said that, Caesar Pena stole money from me.
Yeah,
He got
because he
money out of
invested, yeah, for
me.
that school. Like he said,
He
he
got
got
money
like
from
like
me.
six figures from him. I think 500,000 from him.
Yeah.
It's like I gave him money
But when
for that
people
shit.
are good at that, when people are good at this, the mouth of gab, and then they can talk to you and get you, and you thinking that, oh, I'm smarter than, because that's the wrong move for you. When you think that you smarter than everybody, oh, it'll never happen to me, and it happened to you.
Facts.
That's why you should never say, oh, it never couldn't be me. I wouldn't make a fool of myself, not going to be me. And those be the ones that
The
get it the
first ones
worst.
that get caught up in the bullshit. Yeah.
Wouldn't be me. You couldn't get me like that
Mm.
until you do get got.
Right.
So I'm glad that Paul finally did get to have his last word. It just was so sad that
It showed
they,
like his final words, like
his
before he
final.
died. Yeah, that was like
I almost cried on that
he
part. I
didn't
had to
sound like
admit that.
himself. You could hear how sick he was. Like
Yeah,
he
because like his
sounded like
voice,
a different person. Yeah,
like he could barely even push the words out of his mouth because you could just tell that
on his deathbed,
he
he
was about to die. Like, and the way when he just said, "I just want to make the world a happier place." Everything I did was just out of love. Like, he was. Paul was a silly guy. He wanted to make people laugh. That's all he wanted to do was just make people laugh. He just wanted to entertain. That's all he wanted to do. From a young boy, he said he always had that entertaining
yeah.
blood in his body where he just liked to make people laugh. He liked to entertain people. So it was just really sad just hearing that.
It
And
reminded me of when remember when Tammy Faye was on Larry King like right before
yeah,
she I think like a day or two before she
like the
went
day before she died.
on
Yeah.
Larry King show when she like could barely talk. She was real sick like that too. Yeah, yeah.
Because she wouldn't say like how long she had left. Because because obviously you knew that she was, you
She was
know,
under 100 pounds. You knew she was in bad shape by then. Yeah,
yeah. And then she wouldn't say like, but Paul at least did get to have this doc made. They said it was over 40 hours that was taken
yeah.
for the documentary.
I
He
think
got
when
to tell his
probably
story.
when he found out he had cancer is probably when he decided to do this. Is what I'm assuming. Yeah.
Mhm.
He said, "I want to document my life." Yeah, because I don't know how much longer I got
But it's
left.
just sad that like he was just there 6 years and then like no one, like only like his close, 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 close circle knew, but
Yeah,
no one really knew.
yeah,
But then again, like you said, like how Chadwick,
yeah,
he didn't disclose his
yeah,
illness. Chadwick Boseman did the
yeah.
same thing. I guess everybody just doesn't want like the,
Pity
oh, I'm
party.
so
Yeah,
sad. Everybody doesn't want that, I guess. But I know that fans, like I said, we would have poured into Paul. We would have, as fans, we would have. But everybody doesn't want to have like I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I know some people are like that. So,
yeah. Well,
but great doc. So watch it if
yeah.
you can. And like I said, all the other stuff is available. I did watch the
Grew up
Pee
on
Wee
Pee
Herman
Wee
show,
Herman, man, is very interesting. Yeah, it's definitely interesting knowing the backstory of.
and they have all the stuff there.
Yeah.
They said probably skip Big Top, but they said Big Flop Pee Wee.
At the time, I thought that sucked. I never really liked that movie.
They did say that on the diet, say they called it Big
Yeah,
Flop.
the Siskel and Ebert shitted on him. I saw they showed this.
Yeah,
I was like, look at Siskel and Ebert shitting
that's
on.
Chicago right there.
Him. Like, yeah, I didn't like it at all. Like both of them,
That's a
they gave
Chicago
it both
roast.
gave it a.
That's a Chicago roast. They went in. Cisco and Ebro did go in.
They both shit on it. Let's talk a little bit about President Donald Trump, the presidential pardons that went out this week. He had a new
Guys.
round of pardons. And started with NBA YoungBoy got one. Is like I don't know if you know him. He's
Doesn't
yeah,
he have like 29 kids or something?
he's a 25-year-old knuckleheaded rapper like that.
Doesn't he have a bunch of kids too? I think.
Probably, yeah. I know he got weapons charges and all. He's a bunch of bunch of bullshit. He been locked up since like 2020 and shit. Yeah. So Trump gave him a pardon. So young boy is out. He's like, yeah, he's about to go on tour and everything. So yeah, he's a knucklehead. So hopefully he gets his shit together.
Here's the thing, if you get a second chance at redemption, like don't blow it. Like,
Yeah.
learn from your okay, like yeah, you were young, you got into some shit. You say he's just 25 now, right?
25, yeah.
So he was only 20 when he went in. So he was really young and dumb. So it's like, okay, I'll say that you were very young and very dumb for the shit that you did, but
Um, the Chrisleys, I don't know if you're familiar with them.
yeah,
They got a reality show where
because they did some
they had
fraud.
some fraud shit going on with them. Yeah, yeah, they got a pardon. Yeah, the Chrisleys. One who didn't get a pardon was Mr. Joe Exotic, the Tiger King. He was looking he didn't get
What? I'm
Tiger
surprised he
King.
didn't get
He
one.
was looking, yeah, like he wasn't on the list. It's like, so yeah, so sorry, Tiger King, gotta wait to the
He
next
looks
round.
like a MAGA, and when I think about MAGA, I think about him.
So I saw his name. He's like, so one of the people who didn't get one was the Tiger King. So yeah, he's still locked up now. And let's talk about the one who everybody is who why I brought this up to begin with. Chi-Town. Yeah, let's talk about Mr. Larry Hoover,
It was
founder of the Gangster Disciples. Who don't know if you don't know who Larry Hoover is, if you've been
they
living
call
under
me
the
Big
rock.
Meech, Larry Hoover.
Yeah, if
That's
you just listen to
yeah,
that Rick Ross "Blowing Money Fast" song he mentions, yeah, he shouts
yeah.
out Big Meech and Larry Hoover.
Hmm.
Big Meech is out, is ironic, and Hoover, but Hoover's not out yet. So yeah, for those that think Larry Hoover's out, nah, he's not out. And also like a couple of not couple in 2021, remember Drake and Kanye did the Free Larry Hoover benefit concert. Remember that?
Yeah,
It was like a versus. They streamed it live on like Prime.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
It was like they did one of those shows in 2021. So like, a lot of people outside of Chicago, even though Larry Hoover from the Rick Ross song or from the Drake Kanye show, like that's where they know
Hmm.
that name from. But his got his sentence commuted, which
Yeah, it's
means
not a pardon.
pardon. It got commuted, which and but he's even if Trump did pardon him, it wouldn't matter much because he still got the state charges. Trump, the president, can only do federal charges, so
Yeah,
Pritzker would have to like pardon him for his state charges. Like that's like for Hoover to get out. He's still like this is like just one step. It's still like a long road for Larry Hoover to he's 74, so he's old. Like he just wants like to live on the outside before he dies, I think. Yeah, because he's been in jail all our life. I think
yeah,
73 he went in. Yeah,
yeah. I
1970.
feel like I don't ever remember him not
Yeah, I
being.
remember Larry Hoover's always
Yeah,
been locked up. I don't remember him ever being free. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, but he's not out because I saw everybody is like Larry Hoover. I'm like, nah,
No,
nah.
it's like learn what.
He got the presidential part means that his federal and not a part. He got his charge. That means that they it's like it means the charges still count, but like the sentence is like we wiping the sentence out basically.
Mhm.
That's what that means.
And he has like 150 or 200 years in state time
Yeah,
still that
and
he
that
has
would
to
have to
serve.
come from Pritzker. Yeah, the governor can only
The
like
governor.
yeah pardon those ones. Is so I did see Larry Hoover's son. It's now they started a petition like up to Pritzker. It's like let's was this once like Larry Hoover Jr. is like of course like he's been at the front. He's been on the front line of all of
Of
this. Yeah.
course, that's his father. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less.
So I did see he started a petition. It's like yeah, it was like it's just one step one. It's like now let's get the state charges overturned. This.
Hmm.
So how do you feel about all of this like with Larry Hoover? Like because I
I feel
have
like
an
it's
opinion. Yeah.
I feel like it's a chess move personally, because you're putting the ball in Pritzker's hand to force Pritzker to do this. Pritzker has kind of hinted that he wants to run for president in 28. He's kind of hinted that.
He's on the short list of Democrats.
Yeah, he's kind of hinted it. Like he
He's
hasn't full on said,
still
I'm going to, but I mean, he's kind of,
he's
he
probably
doesn't shy away from
he's
it.
dipping his toe in the water, seeing like if there's any interest there.
So I think that it's a move that, and then we know that Pritzker and Trump don't fuck with each other. We know that. We know they don't like each other. We know that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a move for Trump to try and get to put the ball in his court. Like, okay, I did the right thing. Now it's on you, Pritzker.
Mm.
So now it's making us look at Pritzker like, what you going to do? It's making us look at him. But I think that
As the
it's,
last election proved, every vote counts. It's like, yeah, it's like
yeah,
because Trump's his he got a lot of support from like unexpected
yeah. I think it's all just kind of,
demographics. Yeah.
I think it's a chess move personally. Like, I mean, I don't, do people give a damn about these people? No. I don't think they
It's
do.
business.
No.
That's all. Yeah, I don't.
Right. I'm saying no, they know. People,
I would say
he tried just
he
like,
ain't gonna hang out with Larry Hoover, but yeah,
yeah,
it's all business.
they
It's
don't
like,
give a
yeah,
damn
that's
about these
yeah,
people. But
business. Yeah, yeah.
you can distract, like they always say, what did Houdini say? How can you get an elephant to disappear in a room full of people?
Make
Sleight of hand.
mhm.
You can distract what's going on behind the scenes. That's how magicians are able to,
Yeah, I used to watch The Masked
you
Magician. Yeah,
know,
Magic's
they
biggest.
doing all this, they doing all this in your face, and then you don't see the stuff going on back there. They doing
Yeah,
all
the
this
Masked
stuff.
Magician, and then like he said, you never see on this side, just right here. Yeah.
Yeah, they doing all the that. So that's what I feel. I feel like it's an ultimate move for something else. So that's how I feel. If I'm not going to go too poly, but that's how I feel.
But if Hoover did get released, I wouldn't have an issue with it. Like he's old. He yeah, he committed the crime he did, but dude been in jail over 50 years. He's old, like, so I wouldn't mind.
Isn't the point of prison though rehabilitation?
Yeah, if he's changed his life, it's like, yeah, I
I
don't.
must say, isn't so if somebody rehabilitate, like we always say, had Malcolm Little not gone to prison, he would not have came out as Malcolm X.
Fact, yeah, yeah. You would just like Detroit Red. It's like, yeah, he would.
He was Detroit Red all day when he went in, came out Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Rehabilitation can happen to prison. It can
I wouldn't
happen.
have a because I saw some people on the timeline going that way, probably because Trump was involved with the shit. It's like, so yeah, so you just gonna let a killer out? I saw that. I'm like, well, he's not out first of all, and like, yeah, like he's an old man. Like he probably I don't know him personally, but like, yeah, from what he's presented, it seems like he's turned his life around. It's like I wouldn't have a problem with him. Like
That's the purpose of prison, though. Rehabilitation. It's not meant there to hold you for, well, I mean, it's
I don't
exception for
think he's
every
gonna get
rule,
out and try
obviously.
to like take over the GDs again. So
Yeah, so
I
it's
mean,
exceptions for rules. Like, I mean, if you're
get
like
back my territory. I don't think he's doing that shit. Yeah,
if you're a serial killer and you got bodies under your bait, like, like Jeffrey Dahmer and like Gacy and all the people like that, if you're that, that's,
with a Dahmer shit took care of
well,
itself.
you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying.
Nice.
Like, why he went in, okay, somebody like him would have never.
Yeah.
Somebody like him would have never gotten out, even if the guy didn't, get him on the inside. He was never going to get out, never.
Well,
But
just about ready to wrap this. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit.
yeah.
And let's share a little bit of this too before we leave too, because it's been what, 5 years? We talking about 5 years since remember this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna look just a little bit of it. Uh-oh. What did I do? Frozen. Let's come
Let
out
it
of it. Yeah,
go.
frozen.
Let it go. Hey,
Froze
Elsa.
on me. Froze on me, baby. Let's go back.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah, I
about
can't
that.
full screen it. It's not gonna let me full screen it, but I will just share a little bit of it.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, wow, it's been 5 years since
Because this was what, the 31st, I
the
think.
31st, because it was right after right
Yeah,
Memorial Day.
there it is. This was Commercial Avenue, the City Sports right there. They were all yeah. that's not even there anymore. That villa, that Payless, they tore all of that down after it got looted. All of this, yeah. Well, the
Hmm.
Payless was already been out of business at the time.
Yeah.
Like Payless went bankrupt way before this. It's like it's
They need to bring back Payless because, like, that was like the joint to get like your little cheap Easter shoes or.
Villa. That's gone. They tore that down.
Yeah. Because it's a vacant lot now.
Yeah, all of that's vacant because they did a number on that plug. They run it in right now.
Yeah, dropping.
Crazy.
Probably gonna come out with some Jordan 11s in their hand.
Oh yeah, they were going there snatching shoes. That's what they were in there
Yeah,
for.
some Jordan 11s.
It was like one of the craziest days ever. It's like, okay, it's around the corner, the Family Dollar. We're not gonna watch all of this. Obviously, this thing is an hour long. It's like, and I got over 56,000 like people at the time. So like, it was yeah, I definitely went viral. Started with just me. Like Marcus was the first one that logged on. You were the second one, I believe, and then it just went crazy after crazy.
Yeah, the Marcus was like, your brother's out there on commercial.
Yeah, and then it just started growing and growing and growing. I saw when they got in that rainbow too. I remember that. And then later on, when they got in Commercial Plaza, I think I have that on video. The moment that they cracked into Commercial Plaza,
Mm.
get a Family Dollar, they didn't get in yet. I think they eventually did get in that Family Dollar too. Once they got the good stores like the Villa and the City Sports, then they started. Then
That's
they
true.
started going after the Family Dollars, like the other places. Like,
Dollar Tree.
hey, we're gonna get the good. We're gonna get the good shit first. It's like, yeah, like the Jordans and like yeah, the clothes. Like that's the shit they were going after first.
Hmm.
And then like the phone stores, they went after pretty, which like you can't use them electronics. Somebody old, I don't know if she's still into it, but it was this old man that looked like, yeah, like people like you too old to be out there. This old, like looking like like remember Joe Seneca and shit, the actor
Yeah,
looking like
not from
that.
school days. Yeah,
Yeah, he played the dean on
the
School
Daniel school
Days.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, this is old man. I'm gonna scroll to that part, but your old ass do not need to be out there. Like, look at them knuckleheads. Look at them boxes. Yeah, he got two. Somebody look at take out about five right there. This nigga, five pairs. They just snatching. There's more going in. It's like unbelievable. I'm gonna scroll a little bit ahead. I saw when the cops showed up and left, like when I went back to City Sports, it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
they were driving down the sidewalk. It was crazy and shit.
Yeah.
Like, this were the cops right there, yeah. And it's telling them to leave, like not arresting nobody and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's too many people.
Yeah.
You got two police and 50 people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nothing you can do about that. I did get nervous when those cops first showed up. Remember, this was right after when in Minneapolis when they were like tear gassing folks out there.
Yeah.
And the guy from CNN got arrested on live on the air. Remember that? At least
I
young
remember.
folks, yeah, she was probably like a teenager. That girl that just showed it.
Yeah, she looked
Yeah,
about 14
young
and
folks. It's like that's
15.
what's crazy. Most of them young. Besides Joe Seneca, it's like most of them are like young folks. Most of them, like she looks young. Like yeah, probably 17, 18. It's like shit. Wonder what became of a lot of these folks. That's what you look back. It's like
Yeah.
5 years later, what are they up to? It's like, yeah,
Like I said, once again, when people are under a certain, because I'm not making excuses, but if you're under a certain age, I just attribute to it that you're just young and dumb.
yeah. Because getting back to with Larry Hoover, like if you went in 73, yeah, he'd have been 22 when he went in. Like they say your brain's not fully developed until
Around
25.
25.
So yeah,
He's like
like
74 now. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he won't even 20. Yeah. Oh, wow.
yeah,
He would have been
Hoover was
so
22
young.
years old, like when he went in there. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, just shit. Everyone scroll up a little bit more. I
And
want to
then
see.
a lot of times stuff is like we always say, it's like you might be a
When the
product.
cops left, they come right back. See, like,
Come
so
right
it didn't even
back.
matter. They just
Yeah.
went right back in there. It's like, yeah.
A
Soon as
lot
the
of
cops,
times it's like you might be a product of your environment.
yeah.
So like if you don't have anybody pouring into you,
It's just, yeah, it's the commercial plaza. I want to get that footage. Yeah. Come on, don't be an asshole. They don't want me to be great now.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have like the same thing that if you're trying to grow a plant, if you don't water it, if you don't put it in sunlight,
Come out and refresh this then.
if you don't fertilize it, if you don't do the proper stuff, pick off the dead leaves, if you don't do that, the plant's not going to thrive and grow. But if you do it and take care of the plant, that plant can thrive in the right environment. So
Yeah.
a lot of these so-called bad seeds or bad kids or whatever, they just needed something to help them grow and something to help them thrive.
Well, it's not gonna let me be great, so that's enough. I want to get up. I ain't get this old to Mr. Joe Seneca look like it. Look him up if you don't know who I'm talking about. He was a
Well,
black
like
actor
Morgan
from like in
Freeman.
the 80s.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman and shit like hanging out in there. You know,
Like, you know
young
you
Ernest
too old to be
DuConte, he'd
doing
be
that.
out. He'd be out.
I see you probably Louis at the King riot. You know you
Yeah, yeah, 68 and shit. You were out there, so
you
you
Louis at the King
brought
riot.
back memories to him and shit. Yeah, it's like, he did
Yeah,
King. He did Martin King, Rodney King, and then George Floyd. He was at all of them. Yeah, he did the trifecta. His ass.
you can't still be looting and you did the even if you did the Rodney King, you too old to loot, because
Yeah,
that
you
was
would have
30
been in your
years ago.
40s then. It's like
That was 30 years ago.
you'd have
So
been 40 then. It's like if you 70 now and shit, you'd been
way too old for that.
But we can wrap up on that note. It's like, I just had to share a little bit of that, yeah. And the comments I was just looking from like all of y'all and like everybody was like, hey, like but the family especially get the hell out of there. I saw people.
Yeah.
It was like, y'all, all my people were worried about. I feel like a reporter in the war zone, like how you see all the reporters out there like the war, like covering the wars and shit.
Hmm.
Like I gotta document this. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like somebody got to, yeah. It's because when I saw in my timeline, somebody had trashed over at 87th in the Dan Ryan, like
Oh yeah, over there,
commercials
yeah.
and like a City Sports and stuff over that way.
Hmm.
And I saw somebody go live from over there, and I said, "Let me check my old hood." That's why I decided to go for commercial. As soon as I was pulling up, I saw the chaos. It was like cars everywhere. I was like, "Oh, they definitely out here." So then
Hmm.
I pulled over, jumped out, and yeah, went live instantly. Because I wasn't even planning on going live. I was just going like, yeah, get a little record a few videos and stuff, and then I just went live. Like when I was in the moment, I said, "I'm." It's like this one dude with a samurai sword out there. I'm like, I want to show. He's like, there's another guy at a pawn shop. They ended up getting in his shop. Like I
Yeah,
swear,
because I saw
people
they were
felt
like,
so
we're gonna
sorry.
get
Yeah,
you,
you're like,
whatever.
we gonna get all that shit because he had got his gates down in time, and like he was on the inside just looking. There, you see him shouting back at him like, yeah, we getting all that shit. And when I
Hmm.
did come back later that night, it's like his store had been looted. Like after I left, yeah.
Hmm.
So, and I think it's still closed to this day. That's the
It
never
is.
he never opened back up the pawn shop,
Hmm.
Commercial Avenue. But I think we can wrap.
Yes.
Not
Mhm.
another damn podcast, episode 415. Definitely appreciate you supporting us. If you want to support us further, you know what to do. Give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review all your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, YouTube, your Amazon Alexa devices. Follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well.
And you can check me out, MSIMA626 on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads.
Mhm.
Also, SCRHGLY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page and check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.